Adalale, you have 60 seconds to offer your commentary. Go ahead.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm hearing like a background noise. Yes. Hold on. Hello. Can you hear? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm calling because for the same thing, the planters. Okay, you're saying that you can't help within the jurisdiction of what we're talking about, but you can. You have the authority to remove these planters. It is against the law. There's not only ADA federal laws, but there's also local penal laws against anyone blocking, access to sidewalks. So they want to, the city's willing to go after a protester for using a bullhorn or for picking up the trash that Scientology is leaving, but they're not willing to go after the people who are creating the problems, the people who are blocking the egress and regress of everyone, the people who are abusing the city and the system, and the people who want a street vacation to hide their crimes.
Thank you, Adalale. We'll move next to Jill. Jill, go ahead.
By you not removing the planters placed by the cult of Scientology, means you stand with child trafficking. By you not removing the planters and that they're still there, means that you stand with crimes of child trafficking. By you not removing the planters means you stand with labor laws being broken and child labor and also by you not removing the planters, you stand with crimes that are being committed by the cult of Scientology. By you not removing the planters, you stand with abuse of elderly. By you not removing the planters, you stand with abuse and people being put in concentration camp-like conditions on the RPF, which they call the Rehabilitation Project Force. By you not removing the planters, you stand with the crimes of Scientology. You might as well be the criminals just like them. Bye.
We'll move next to Mo. Mo?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Hello, board. It's me again, Mona. My Zoom name is wrong. And I want to remind you about the hearing that will be coming up supposedly about these planners through the city attorney's office and how the hearings for that other gentleman with the organization, the nonprofit organization down in Riverside that went through the hearings and it was public. Why are these being hidden? Why are these being subjected to privacy issues? It's not the same. You guys need to be the same and equitable in your justice, and these hearings need to be public. We are victims. We can't use our wheelchairs. We can't get in and out. We can't have ingress or egress, and these are public hearings. I wish for you to make that statement to the city attorney's office. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
We'll move next to Yvonne.
Planters. Yes. Thank you, TJ.
Yes.
I too am concerned about the planters. I'm also reporting to you that they are spawning. They are also located around the Celebrity Center in off of Yucca is the street they're on. And they wrap all the way around Yucca to what is that? That is Franklin Avenue. The point being, the Scientologists own many, many buildings in Los Angeles. Let them get away with it here. It will spread like the measles. You need to stop this gang-like activity, or the Hells Angels or the Crips or the Bloods or whoever else is a gang will start the same behavior. Isn't that why you have codes and ordinances? Thank you.
And we'll move next to Miriam. Go ahead, Miriam.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Talking about the planters as well. You really need to start to do something about this issue. It's been way, way, way overdue now at this point. It's been flagged every single meeting for the past 7 months. What does it take to get them removed? Thank you.
And we'll move next to Nisa. Go ahead, Nisa.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. You have to move those planters. Not only people with disabilities can't get through, it'll block access to the sidewalk. Cars cannot get out. I mean, people can't get out of their cars. Now, they also have trafficking, cheap labor. And according to Abraham Lincoln, who signed a bill, signed Emancipation Proclamation in January 1863, announcing that all persons held as slaves within their areas are and shall be free. Now, you're not doing anything about it. Now, pretty soon, everybody's going to do what they want.
That's
Every
60
criminal.
seconds. And we'll move next to Gigi.
Can you
Go
hear
ahead.
me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I've been doing the math and I have no idea what information to plug in because I don't know how much a violation would be. I don't know what day they were sent a letter to remove those planters. But if you look at a $50 fine per day for 251 planters, 251 violations, that's $12,550 a day. Depending on when that was sent, that could end up being about $3 million. I'm looking at stuff on the agenda today, and that could take care of this agenda, basically, like everything that's on there. So please do something and get this money for the city. That's a lot. That's not chump change. $50 a day, 251 violations at least just on the planters. $12,550 a day. Do the math. Do what's right for the city of LA. Get that money for us.
And that's
Thank
60
you.
seconds.
Total of 2
President
minutes. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item. Mr. Knight?
Yes, thank you, President Corson. We'll move first to Audit LA. And please identify which item you're speaking on. Go ahead.
I'm speaking on both items, please.
Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, it's such a short schedule for a Monday, okay? There could be more on here. We've been asking since June to put our concerns on the agenda.
So this is not public comment?
I understand that. I'm talking about these two. Give me a chance. But since it's not on the agenda like it should be, we'll talk about these two. All right, first of all, on number two, we're dealing with the same thing that we're always dealing with. People coming in, they give a bid, they come in, oh, you know what? It's not enough money, we need more. And they have the city hostage, right? Because it has to get done. So, so what are you going to do? You will absolutely vote yes on number two, without any doubt. You will do that. But, what happened that led up to this point? Are you guys managing? Are you guys checking? Are you guys making sure? Are you guys putting any, I know like you're, it's not you, but are you putting pressure on the managers or on your board, on all your different, street services, BOE, whatever, all of them to be efficient? Okay, what is, where's the efficiency in this city? There isn't any. I mean, we've proven it. You see it time and time again. Okay, and also with the contracts, you're going to give these contracts with all the, is there efficiency in looking for what they, are they qualified? Do these same companies keep doing the same game? Because to me, it's a game. It's like, okay, I'm going to go give the low bid. That's easy because then I know I can always come back for more money. And then, are you also, like, I've always brought these concerns about slave labor. I'm sorry, I've been, one of the previous board members kind of scoffed at that. If you don't think there's slave labor in America, you are.
That's 2 minutes. And we'll move next to Yvonne. Yvonne, you have 2 minutes. Please identify which item you're speaking on. Go ahead.
Item number 1, and I would like my comments to be noted in the minutes. The item description or the information would be clearer to the public and probably to the board members if the source of funding was more clear in its origins. When you say it is coming from a fund, is that a result of fees collected on, for example, sewer service or trash services, and therefore not from tax revenue? The contract is clearly overstated because the year prior did not have actual expenditures equal to the original bid. It is a cost plus or on demand type of service contract, and I understand that, but again, the public may not understand that. This is not a total buyout contract where it's fixed price and the job gets done once and you pay one total. Number two, similar problem in what is the funding sources, and the labor is clearly stated. However, even in a professional setting, you end up with slave labor when you have people underpaid at on temporary basis in clerk capacities. Please be sure that all labor is paid a fair price. Thank you.
President Carson, I do see an additional hand raised on the Zoom platform. If you like, I can see if that attendee would like to offer multiple item agenda commentary, or if they would like to offer single item commentary.
Yes.
Thank you. Nisa, I see your hand is raised. Would you like to offer commentary on our agendized items this morning?
Yes. Now, I don't know how much you guys have in your budget, but it sounds like you guys keep asking for more money when there are other people in on L. Ron Hubbard.
So this is not public comment. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute. The multiple agenda item commentary period is not for public comment. It is to speak on the agendized items. I'll go ahead and put you back on, unmute you. And if you could please note which item you're speaking on. Go ahead.
Now, I don't know where you're getting your budget, but it seems like you keep going over budget. Now, now you can't keep doing that because I don't know where you're getting your budget, but you're going to have to start taking away Church of Scientology's tax exempt status so they can pay their share since they're not using their cash wisely. I'll yield back the rest of our time to avoid going off topic.
And that concludes multiple agenda item commentary this morning, President Corson. Thank you, President Corson. We'll start with Audit LA.
Good morning. I want to make a CPRA request on whether anyone from the Church of Scientology has requested any of the commissions to come visit their church and do a tour. I want that in, please. Now, as far as my comment, they are going for a street vacation, and I'm going to ask you to please say no. I don't know if it goes before you to say yes or no, but it needs to be said no. They are doing a lot of shenanigans. Yesterday, one of the protesters was swatted illegally. There was a lot of illegal activity, and because there's a lot of collusion going on, there is, between the Church of Scientology and several of the local police officers. And it is so bad, and that's why they want the street closed. They don't want anyone to be able to see what is going on at Scientology. They don't want to see the two girls who ran away trying to get help to escape. They don't want to see us to see any of the illegal activity, how the seniors are being
mistreated.
Thank you.
That's 60 seconds.
Thank you.
Could I make a friendly request that you email me your CPRA request?
Sure.
I did hear that you made a verbal CPRA request, and if you just please follow that up with an email to me, My email address is tj.knight@lacity.org.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll move next to Jill.
Again, I call this week like I did on Monday regarding the planters that still are there. It's very easy to get a truck this afternoon and remove them. Something is holding you back. I'd like to know, maybe with the CPRA that audit is requesting, we'll get to the bottom of that and find out whose tentacles are into you guys, because they're still not removed. They've been ordered to be removed. What is going on here? Bye.
We'll move next to Gigi.
Okay, so each day that passes, we're becoming more and more aware of collusion that is happening between the Church of Scientology and different parts of the government in Los Angeles. I can't just say for sure because I don't physically have the proof myself, but I am pretty sure that you guys have had conversations with Janet Weiland or Jennifer Krosskoff, maybe Parker Osmond of Church of Scientology. I just hope that you rise above and do what's right and don't listen to them. And you do what you're supposed to do with your jobs without the influence of them. You see, we are not bad people. We really are not what they're trying to paint. So please remember that, and please do your jobs correctly. Thank you.
We'll move next to Mona M.
Thank you, TJ. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Well, 2 items of interest today is I have been trying to find out the hearing information about the planters for L. Ron Hubbard Way and Fountain Avenue and the thorny bushes along Catalina. And the city attorney's office is quite perplexed about what we're talking about. So is there really a hearing? I'm kind of just puzzled by that. I don't know that there really is a hearing, and I would like some feedback on that, maybe at a different point. The second thing is, nobody has brought up, there was a $660 fine per infraction, 251 planners plus 86. You're looking at probably about $1 million by the time everything's said and done, because they didn't pay within 15 days. So, boy, that would be nice to get back into your pocket. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
We'll move next to Miriam.
Hi, I'm also coming to talk about the planters or the baby caskets or whatever you want to call them. It's about time to get them removed. And also, please note that when they are being removed, that the payments need to be examined for damage, and Scientology needs to cover the cost of the damage that the planters have done. That's all.
Yvonne? And it looks like that Yvonne has dropped off. Yvonne, if you want to try and rejoin. We'll move next to Nisa. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, those planters are not moved. And plus, yesterday, when 2 of the Scientologists had a crate full of soda, they saw one of the protesters and just plopped it down on the sidewalk and just went off. But did they move it? I don't know. Now, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I don't think you're taking any actions against those guys. You're gonna have to stop listening to Osa and David Miscavige, because they wreak havoc on the world in Los Angeles. You are on taxpayers' dollars, and they have tax exempt dollars. they're not entitled to any opinions if they're going to be doing that. They don't pay any taxes.
That's 60 seconds. And I see that Yvonne has rejoined. Yvonne, would you like to offer your public comment at this time? Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I'd like to respond that because of planters and other problems there at that compound, added scrutiny has been placed upon Scientology, and I have tried through the reporting mechanism of 311 twice to report construction going on in the on the compound. Once the up high scaffolding on top of the building of the old hospital, and again on the AOL building on Fountain and L. Ron Hubbard. Saturday construction of interior walls and plastering and that kind of thing. Now, the problem is that your inspectors will go on Monday and the job is already done. I can't respond any other way on weekend because
in-person public comment card for MF Dirty M.
Representing Inglewood, Compton,
Watch your
and
ears.
BHWA, Boyle Heights with a fucking attitude, motherfuckers. Fuck this shit. 100 South Main Street, 10th floor. What the fuck? Get your shit together and get your transportation and fix the problem. Location, curb ramps, and Soto Morango Street in Los Angeles County, motherfucker. Because this is all about the alleged incident is not owned and maintained or controlled by the state of California, so I understand. That's fucking a conflict of interest. You motherfuckers need to fix the curbs and ramps for us too. So what's your fucking problem? What you not understand? You got two different departments in disagreement. You're fucking stupid or what? That's the issue here. ADA compliance. As far as Scientology, fuck Scientology. Fuck those two privileged motherfuckers of the Zion Temple. You're all going to hell. God hates you. 42 USC 1983. Fuck you for the record.
All right, Mr. Knight, have we any more hands raised for general public comment?
President Corson, no, that concludes public comment.
With that, we'll close general public comment for today's meeting, and we'll move on to multiple agenda items public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment for up to 1 minute per item for a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item.
Thank you, President Corson. And we will start with multiple agenda item commentary from Audit LA.
Hi, yes. With regard to the pedestrian island, we absolutely need it. But a lot of how you guys are doing pedestrian islands, crosswalks, it's really goes against the needs of the ADA community. You have these river rocks, you have it where you can't hit the call button. You have to try to scoot around, and it's very difficult. I really sometimes think that whoever is planning and designing these things are on drugs, because they don't look at anything. It doesn't make sense on any level, a lot of this stuff, but it's really hard if you're in a chair. And I wish you guys would pay more attention to that. But also, I'm also concerned about what's going to happen once you do the pedestrian island. Because you guys are not good at enforcing your R permits or making sure people have their R permits. At least with science, I don't know about for everyone. Maybe you guys enforce it everywhere else, because I know you dragged that other guy in who didn't have R permits and he had planters. But you're not doing it for Scientology, so I don't know if it's a favoritism thing, a fear. Are you scared of Scientology? I don't know, but so I worry about you not enforcing maintaining of this thing. Okay, now when it comes to encumbrances, that's paying our bills. We have a lot of bills. But I see, as Mona spoke eloquently earlier, you leave a lot of money on the table. I've seen the citations. All that's been assessed is like they have to move it.
This is regarding the bids.
No, this isn't. This is the topic for encumbrances. I'm talking about money. Okay, encumbrances, right? Is setting aside money. All right, and I'm telling you, where money is not being utilized, where you're ignoring a lot of money that could pay these encumbrances. I'm on topic. I'm never off topic. And when I am, I'll know it and I will let you know when I'm off topic. Okay, so we are leaving a lot of money on the table because your citations, and like I said, I don't know if it's just with Scientology or elsewhere, there's citations that should be fines assessed. Okay, 251 illegal
There is no
planters.
item
I
regarding
am on talking
citation.
about encumbrances and what money you are missing out on. That is on topic. Okay, here's money that you are losing because you refuse to put fees towards citations that should have fees attached. That is money coming in, right? To pay encumbrances. Do you see how there's step A, B, C, D? Madam Attorney, can you understand that? I am saying we have a bill to pay. We don't have a large budget. We have a huge budget, but it's not huge enough. And you are leaving money on the table because you refuse to add a fine to your citations. Where if you did put the fine, that money would come in to pay this encumbrance. Do you see how it goes
And that's
full
3 minutes.
circle?
We'll move next to Yvonne.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Number 2, outfall repairs. Why weren't they done along with the prior work done on that same facility? You're doing the same labor or disassembling at the same points that you've already done. This is like repairing only one brake on your car and leaving the other 3 to fail sometime in the future. It doesn't make sense. Pay your gas bill, of course. The Axiom contract, numbers 5 and 6. When you award a contract, even in a single bidder situation, that contractor is supposed to put in a bond. Is there a bond? And are they going to surrender the entire amount of the bond, or are you going to collect a cancellation fee? The Creek, okay, I trust it. Army Corps of Engineer usually does good business. And number 8, that contract is only 15% done. So therefore, I think that total funding should last you for the whole 5 years of follow-on work. I hope that's the case. If not, you have a budgetary problem and a problem getting the work done. This contract was over and you're renewing it. It says January 31st. It's beyond January 31st. You are late to the table. And you need to get your things on the agenda and approved before they've expired. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And I believe that was the last one. So with that, we'll close the multiple agenda item public comment for today's meeting.